Hi guys, it's time for the last video of 2019 and I can't believe that this year is already over. I feel like that went by so quickly, but here we are. So we are going to start focusing on 2020, which is obviously the next year. I mean, duh. So what I want to do today is I just want to look back at some of my goals that I set for myself back last year at this time and see like if I ended up accomplishing any of these. And I also want to just talk a little bit about the goals that I have for my channel and not really for myself, mostly just like channel wise, you know, and like social media wise and stuff like that for the next year. So I think that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and start by talking about the goals that I set for myself last year. Okay, so the first goal that I had for myself last year was to post 200 videos in 2019, and I can happily say that I accomplished this goal. It was funny when I said that last year, so many people in the comments were like, "Wait, you're only gonna post 200 videos?" And I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't want to set the bar too high, which is something that it's very important for me to have realistic goals. Like, I don't want to tell myself that I'm gonna post 6 videos a week for a year straight, like, you know, because things can happen, and things did happen last year that would have made me not accomplish my goals if I had set the bar too high. For example, I did go to Norway in the summer and literally like my computer broke and I had 2 weeks of videos pre-filmed and I wasn't able to put up any of them. So like if that had happened and I had a goal that was very unrealistic and didn't allow for a little bit of leeway, then, you know, I would have not accomplished that goal. So I like to set my goals a little bit lower than what I really plan on accomplishing, if that makes sense. So I feel like that was I am just dropping everything right now. I don't know what is wrong with me, but I'm still happy that I accomplished this goal. I don't know exactly how many videos I did put up last year, but I want to say it's been closer to like 270 maybe, like 250, 270, something like that. Like, I put up a lot of videos, and so for my next year, I guess I will just kind of take like a goal and see how I did and what I want to improve next time. So I think for next year, I want to set the same goal. Like I said, I don't want my goals to be unrealistic, and I think that for me, 200 videos is a pretty good number, and it will allow me to take days off if I need them. It'll be okay for me to be sick and not post videos. I can go on vacation and not feel bad about it, and so on. So 200 videos seems pretty, you know, okay for me as a goal. And also keep in mind that I do have my second channel, which is my Vegas channel, where I just kind of go around and do things in Vegas and like stay at hotels here and stuff. And I also do post on that channel once a week. So those combined is going to end up being like way more than 200, obviously, but I think that that's a good place to start. So I think I'm actually just going to roll that goal over to next year and see if I can just kind of stick to that. And I really don't think that's going to be a problem at all. So I'm watching my video from last year, and the next goal that I had in that video was to say the word like less. And I do feel like I've gotten better at this. Like, I feel like another one of my goals from last year was to just be better at talking and speaking. And I may not have gotten better at like talking and articulating myself, but I feel like I've gotten better in the way that I film and edit my videos. And so it seems like I don't say like as much, and it seems like I'm better at speaking than I really am, because I still mess up all the time. And I don't like to blame it on English not being my first language, because honestly my Norwegian is worse than my English right now. But still, a lot of the time, like in the middle of a sentence, I will kind of just like stop because I know what I'm trying to say, but the words won't come out, or I don't remember the word that I'm trying to say. So a lot of the times there will be jump cuts in my videos and stuff like that, but I feel like I've gotten better at like having more of a flow in my videos, and that is something that I'm really proud of, because looking back at my old video, even this goals video, like I could see already just like how much of a difference 1 year has made in the way that I don't know, just the way that I am in front of the camera, and I'm just way more comfortable, and I feel like I'm just better at talking, which was one of my goals, and I'm really happy to say that I feel like I've actually gotten better at that. Now, of course, that is something that is always going to improve over time, so I don't think that that's a goal necessarily that I want to have on my list again this year, because I feel like it's just something that I'm going to be constantly working on. And I think one of the things that I would like to get better at, it's more like on the editing side now than it is the talking side, because I feel like as long as I've gotten like the sort of flowy speaking pattern down, which I feel like I have now, the thing that's going to improve my videos more is the way that I edit my videos more than the way that I speak in my videos. I hope that makes sense. And so I guess I will kind of throw in another goal that I do have. Speaking of like video quality and stuff, like I have mentioned this in another video, is that I did buy a microphone. I bought one of these. It's called like a Yeti. So I want to start using this with my camera. It was really hard to find like a microphone that I could put like on my table in front of me instead of having one like set up over my camera, because the tripod that I use for my camera is a kind of, it doesn't hold a lot of weight. So if I were to put like a microphone on top of the camera that I have on top of my Ringlight tripod, I feel like everything is just going to fall over. So I wanted something that I could have on my table, and I had to buy like 3 different cords to try to find a way to like connect a microphone to the camera, and I still don't really know like if they're going to actually be able to work together, but I think I'll be able to find a way. So that's definitely going to be a goal like in the very beginning of next year, is that I want to start using my microphone and just improve my audio quality a little bit, because that's also going to mean that I can move that stupid mattress that's like against my wall out of this room and actually make this room just look a little bit more, I don't know, just tidy, I guess. I feel like my nose is running. I don't know. I feel like it's just really cold in here. I'm so sorry if you could see that. But I definitely want to just be able to move that mattress and have this room be a little bit just cozier and a little bit more me, and so that I can also just kind of rearrange like my storage situation that I have over there as well, because it just looks really messy right now. So that's another goal that I definitely would like to accomplish in the next year, and I don't think that's also going to be a problem at all. So the next goal on my list is a goal that I don't even remember having, and this was just simply that I wanted to focus more on indie brands. And I'm so happy that I feel like most of my channel is indie brand related now, and that's something that I'm very proud of. I'm really happy to be able to showcase more indie brands, and I feel like they don't really get the recognition that they deserve a lot of the time, and I'm so happy that now that my channel is growing and I have more people that I can showcase these brands to, maybe that'll make the brands grow along the way, you know? Not that I have like the biggest influence, but I am happy that I just have a bigger audience that I can share these awesome brands with, and I don't know, it's just exciting for me. Like, I hope that next year some more indie brands will get into like Ulta and Sephora and stuff. I was watching Bridgette's video, Porcelain. I will have her channel linked down below, but she was talking about this in her video where she was talking about changes she wanted to see in 2020, and that was one of the things that she mentioned, and I think that that would just be so amazing if like some of the brands that we all love would end up in stores. Like, how cool would that be to just be able to see your favorite indie brand like at an Ulta or like at Riley Rose or anything like that. Like, I just think that that would be so amazing. So my focus in the next year is for sure going to be more on indie brands, and I also have mentioned in the past couple of videos that I want to focus more on single shadows in the next year, which again goes kind of back to focusing more on indie brands, because indie brands are the brands that mostly have single shadows, and a lot of the indie brands only have single shadows, which is another reason why I want to just showcase more single shadows, because it's going to show off more brands that a lot of people just simply aren't talking about because they don't like using single shadows. But single shadows can be so much fun, and there is so much like uniqueness out there that I feel like needs more time to shine. So I'm just really excited about the next year and just be able to play more with my single shadows, and I know that you guys like that as well. So the next goal that I had on my list was that I wanted to use more of the stuff that I already own in my collection, and I was going to start a Juvia's Place series on my channel, which I did for quite a long time, and I did make a lot of Juvia's Place content, but along the way it just kind of trickled out and I don't know what happened, but I still feel like I made a lot of Juvia's Place videos, but I think it's just because as my channel was growing and as I was reviewing more and more product, I also had more and more come into my collection in the terms of PR, which wasn't really something that I was expecting at all, but it was something that was extremely exciting for me. And of course, when I get free stuff, I want to showcase it if it is something that I'm actually interested in. So I think that's just kind of what happened. And also, I don't like having like strict series on my channel where I'm like, I'm going to post about this like every Monday or whatever. Like, you'll never see that on my channel because I like to be able to do what I want to do, and sometimes there are just things that I would rather film, and I feel like maybe you guys would rather watch as well, instead of like having like a series planned out that would take up like X amount of videos per year. Like, I just like to do my series when I feel like doing them, and so I still feel like I sort of like halfway accomplished that goal. I don't know if I can say that I was good at using what I already own in terms of eyeshadows at least, because that is just kind of hard to like bring into videos unless I do like a palette bingo or something. I feel like that's the only thing thing that is really, I don't know, that people actually want to watch that is using like older palettes, because like throwbacks and stuff and tutorials just don't really do good. So that's not something that like does good for my channel. Like I know it does good for other people's channels, but that is not what my channel is about. Like you gotta remember that in general, like I am an eyeshadow palette review channel. Like that is, I feel like, why people come to my channel. So when I start doing like videos with older products, like it's just not what drew people to my channel to begin with, which is why those videos don't get a lot of views, and that totally makes sense. And so for that reason, I don't think that's a goal that I'm going to have in the coming year. Now that's not to say that I'm not going to do like palette bingos and stuff with the palettes I already have in my collection, because I definitely want to do that, but it's not going to be like a focus that I want to have like a series that has to do with like my older palettes. I think since I am going to be focusing more on my single shadows, obviously none of my single shadows are really like new releases, so that is going to be the way that I'm going to use what I have in my collection more this year, because I'm just focusing more on my single shadows. So yeah, I think that's not going to be a goal that I have on my list, but it's always going to be something that, you know, I always want to use what I have, because obviously I have it, but I also have to remember that being on YouTube, like this is what I do, this is what I want to do. And so I've just kind of accepted the fact that being a review channel, like things are just not going to get as much use as they would have if I was just a regular consumer, and that's just how it is. And I also want to remind you guys that if you aren't on YouTube, like don't feel like you have to keep up with the trends and keep up with like buying all the things that your favorite YouTubers are doing, because we are doing this with like an end goal in mind. Like we are trying to grow our channels. Like these things that we buy is an investment into our channel. And I don't feel like this is something that normal people should be buying and like pretending like they're on YouTube and like all that stuff, because like some of us actually get compensated for like the stuff that we do buy. Not to say that I get all of the money back now with the stuff that I do buy, but I definitely get like a portion of everything that I buy back with the videos that I do make. So that's very helpful, and it's a way that I can buy more things to review. And so obviously my collection is going to keep growing, and it's just going to make it harder for me to actually get back to like the older products, because if I have like new things I need to film with like 4 times a week, I mean, it's just self-explanatory that that's just not going to happen. And it's just a reality of me being a review channel. So it's just something that I've come to terms with, and I'm totally okay with that. Man, I feel like everything that I said last year, like I'm looking at the video like in between clips so that I actually remember everything. But the next thing that I was talking about is that I really wanted to make sure that I made the content that I want to make and not just the content that people want to see. And that's still a balance that I'm trying to like get better at. And it's something that I feel like I have a lot of plans for the next year that I just don't know if people want to see, but honestly, I just don't really care, because there are so many things that I would like to try on my channel and just kind of see like what the reaction and the response is going to be. And I also don't want to, every time I have a new idea, like ask for input, because I know for a fact, like when I've done that in the past and I've been like, hey, do you guys want to see this? And it ends up being like 50-50 yes and no, like I'm never going to do it. But if I had just not put up that poll and just like made the video, I feel like the response might be different, because not everyone is going to be voting on the polls and stuff. And you also don't know like which video is going to be recommended to people that maybe aren't watching your channel and how they are going to feel about the content. So I don't know, next year, one of my goals is just going to be to kind of experiment a little bit more with my content and just trying new things, come up with new ideas that not everyone else is doing. Like I don't want to copy what other channels are doing per se. I might take inspiration from it, but I don't want to like start the same series that like this other person is doing. Do you know what I mean? Like I would rather start my own things and just do what I feel like doing and be creative in my own way. So that's definitely going to be like a focus on my channel next year. I feel like just try to be a little bit more unique and creative. Not that I don't feel like I am already, but I just want to be different than all of the other channels that people are watching. And I feel like that's tough to do these days, because there are so many amazing channels that do makeup on the internet, but I want to find a way to just be different and stand out. So that's going to be a goal that I'll be focusing on. So if you are seeing like different kinds of content, don't be surprised, because I do have some ideas and I'm excited to just like throw them out in the universe and just see what happens. So my next goal that I had last year was to do 3 more 10 looks 1 palette videos, and I definitely did that. I think I did like 5 or 6, so I don't know if I want to have a goal necessarily for next year on how many I want to do of those, but I am not going to lie, like those videos do really well for me, especially the Jeffree Star ones, so I'm probably going to keep doing those. I mean, even if Jeffree Star comes out with a palette that I'm not like head over heels in love with, I'm probably going to do it just for the views. And like, I know people are like, well, you shouldn't be doing anything just for the views, but the matter of fact is that I am a YouTuber, I do have goals for my channel, and to be able to grow, I need new people to find me, and that's just a really, really good way for me to be discovered, I feel like. And it's also something that like not a lot of other people are doing, and it is very time consuming. So I feel like my intentions are good in the way that at least I put a lot of time and effort into the videos that I do make. And I feel like I get something in return for it, and that's a good feeling to have. Am I going to do 10 looks with like other palettes? It really just depends. Like, those are the kind of videos that when something takes that long to make, I want to make sure that it's going to be worth like the time and that the views are going to make up for it, which I know I shouldn't be like worrying about the views, but when something takes 30 hours to make, which is usually what my 10 looks one palette videos do take, that's a lot of time just for one video. So like I said, if I'm gonna spend that amount of time on a video, I do want to make sure it's worth it. So I have to be extremely picky with the palettes that I do 10 looks with, because I just want to make it worth my time. So I definitely do want to do more of those videos because I really do enjoy them. And I also do want to make one video that's like 10 looks, but not focused necessarily on a palette, but more just like 10 ways to get into colorful makeup for beginners or something like that, because I think a video like that would be extremely helpful, and just go into like some color theory and stuff, which I did do something like that like 2 years ago, like right after I started my channel, but I'm just not happy with those videos now looking back. I just don't think that they're on par with the quality that my videos are right now, and it was one of the first videos that I did make, so I definitely would like to kind of upgrade those in a way, and I think that that would be a great way to do it. So that kind of video is definitely a goal that I do have for the next year. I don't know when that is going to happen, but it will happen, mark my words. Okay, wow, so I definitely failed on this next one. So I said I wanted to continue with my 3 looks 1 palette, and I wanted to do them once a week, which definitely hasn't happened, because honestly, when I get so many new things to review, I just don't have time to do 3 looks with all of the palettes that I do use. It's just how it is. And now I feel like I'm a little bit pickier with the palettes that I do 3 looks 1 palette with, because like I said, I just get so many new things that I don't have time to do with all of them. So it is going to end up being with the ones that get the most response from you guys. So if you guys want to see more looks with the palettes that I do get, you have to make sure to be vocal about it, because I will definitely prioritize the palettes that do get the most like not votes, but just like comments and interaction of you guys wanting more looks with the palette. So just make sure that if there is a palette that I'm using and you want to see more looks with it, like let me know in that first video, because otherwise it probably won't happen unless it's a palette that I'm extremely interested in. But I definitely don't think that is going to be like a weekly thing. It's probably going to be more like a twice a month kind of thing where I do 3 looks with a palette. I don't know. It's really just going to depend, and I don't want to set a number on it because I just don't know what's going to happen in the next year. Like, I don't know what my collection is going to be like. I don't know how many things are going to be coming into my collection, because I have to be realistic in the fact that I know that I've gotten a lot of PR in the last year, and like knowing that my channel is bigger now, like it's probably going to continue, and I have to take that into consideration as well. So yeah, like I said, I just don't want to put a number on that, but I do like doing the multiple looks kind of videos, so I'm for sure going to keep doing them. I just have to be a little bit pickier with what I do it with. Oof. So the next goal that I said I had was that I wanted to focus more on drugstore makeup, which if you've been on my channel, you know that that has not happened. I don't know, like drugstore makeup just doesn't really make me excited, and things that make me excited are like color cosmetics, and I feel like the drugstore is just not very good at doing that. So that's not going to be a goal that's going to roll over. I don't want to force myself to buy things just for the fact that I said I wanted to try more of it. I'm just going to buy stuff that makes me excited, and if that ends up being drugstore makeup, I don't know if you can even call it ColourPop drugstore, but I do like ColourPop, and I feel like I feature a lot of ColourPop on my channel, so maybe I've done a good job of that, I don't know. But I'm not going to run out and buy like the new Maybelline palette, because I just don't feel like it's going to be on par with what I like. So yeah, it's not going to be a goal that I'll be focusing on, but if something does come out from the drugstore, like of course I'm going to buy it and review it, but don't hold your breath because it might not happen. Oh my god, so the next goal that I had on my list is a goal that I actually have for this year as well, so clearly I failed. But I said I wanted to get better at doing Instagram and just posting more, taking product shots, and just, I don't know, I feel like in the last month I've just kind of fallen off like the Instagram bandwagon, because Instagram isn't something that I really enjoy doing, and it's something that I feel like I only do it because I kind of have to in a way. Like, I don't know, I feel like posting pictures for me and taking pictures in particular, I don't really enjoy the process of taking pictures, especially like selfies. Like, I just find that very awkward, but I also feel like I kind of need to in order to be able to tag brands and stuff like that. But honestly, like, most of the time I tag brands, I do it in my stories, and I find that that gets even more views than my pictures gets likes. So maybe I'm like on the right track, I don't know, but I just want to make sure that if I end up taking a picture that I'm happy with, you know, for a look that I've done with a new palette, I want to be able to post that picture. And I simply just forget, because it's not like ingrained into me. It's not something that I have a schedule that I like do it after I post my video or stuff like that, but that's something that I want to start doing next year. I don't know if I'll be able to do this, and I don't know, me saying that this is a goal is probably not a good idea, because it's not something that I'm super passionate about, but it's something that I feel like I should do. Like, I feel like that's like my homework in a way. So I want to try to make sure that if I do a video using a new palette and I took a picture of that look that I'm happy with, that as soon as the video goes up, I want to post about it on my stories, but I also want to post a picture on my Instagram. I'm not going to put the pressure on myself to like tag every brand and like list everything I use on every picture, because I just don't care that much, but I just want to be able to post more pictures on my Instagram and just be more active on there. I'm probably not going to be like the best at replying to comments, because I just can't reply to comments everywhere, but I just want to maybe try to focus a little bit more attention on my Instagram, because I feel like I've just fallen off lately, and I don't think I've posted a picture in like the last 3 weeks, which is like terrible and something that I need to just get better at. So the next goal I had last year was that I wanted to still be good at replying to comments on my videos, and I feel like that's something that I've been really good at this year, and is something that I want to continue to be good at next year. Like, I have to be realistic though, that I'm just not going to be able to respond to every single comment on every video anymore, because it's been taking me so long. Trust me when I say I spend hours every day replying to comments. I just can't keep doing that anymore if I still want to focus my attention on like making good content. And so I need to just like start hearting comments, which I've been doing that a little bit lately, and I just feel so bad every single time. Like, even if it's a comment that only requires me to say thank you, if I just heart it, like, I just kind of feel bad about it. But I need to get better at that for my own well-being, and just, I can't be spending that much time replying to comments even if I want to, because I just don't have that many hours in a day if I want to accomplish other things. So maybe I need to spend a little bit more time on my Instagram and a little bit less time replying to comments. I don't know, but I need to just be able to find a better balance with all of this. So the next goal that was on my list was that I wanted to get better at just watching a lot more smaller channels and stop watching the big ones, which I can happily say that I've basically not watched any of the big YouTubers in the past year, except for like the Dramageddon and stuff, because that was like exciting, you know? But like, I'm subscribed to some of them, but every time they come up with a video, especially Nikki Tutorials, like, I'm still subscribed to her, but I don't think that I've watched a single one of her videos in the past year. Same goes for Tati. I used to really love her, and I don't know what happened, but I think it's just because I've found so many smaller channels that I would rather give my views to them and spend my time on their channels, because I want them to reap the benefits rather than watching the big channels. So I think that's kind of where I stand right now, and I've just found so many awesome channels in the past year that I have no interest at all in going back to watching like the people with 2 million subscribers or more. Like, it just doesn't interest me at all, because those people are so far from like the people that I would hang out with in my real life that I don't really feel like I have anything in common with them anymore. So I'm just happy that I've found like a lot of really good channels to watch this year. I don't know why I was just scratching my head. But yeah, I'm definitely going to keep doing that. I'm gonna keep trying to help out like the smaller channels that I do watch, and I want to keep making more friends. And another goal, I don't know if I would say it's a goal, but I just want to try to find more people that live close to me that I can like hang out with, and I just want to have like more real life friends that like understand me and do the same thing. And I know there are some people who do live in Vegas, so I need to just get better at like reaching out and actually trying to like hang out with people, because it's been so nice to like start meeting people that I met on YouTube in real life. Like, it's been such a amazing experience, and it's something that I want to keep doing next year. And I also have like some travel plans for next year that I'm really excited about. I really want to go to New York and like meet some of the people that live on the East Coast. I want to go to Eyeshadow. I think it's like in September. Not really just for like the experience at Eyeshadow, but just to like go and hang out and like meet all of these people that I just absolutely love. Like, I just think that would be so much fun. So I do want to try to focus more on just meeting like real people and having real connections with people. Like, I think that's going to be like my main goal next year, is just to try to create like better relationships in my real life and not just like my online world. So I think those are going to be all of my goals for next year. I don't know, like I said, I don't have like very like specific goals per se, and I'm not a numbers person. Like, I'm never going to like aim for a certain number of subscribers or a certain number of money, or a certain number of money. That's not a saying, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to put a number on something that's like not within my control, especially on YouTube. Like, you just never know what's going to happen. So I like to have like broader goals that I can work towards, but I don't have like a specific timeline or a specific like end point to that goal. I just want it to be something that I can continue to work on, and that's not going to make me feel bad when I haven't accomplished my goal, because I don't have like a set goal to accomplish. So I just want to overall like have fun with my channel, improve, just do the things that I know is going to be good for my channel and good for my mental health and just good for me in general. So that's gonna be it for, oh my god, all of my 2019 videos. That's so sad, but I hope you guys are excited for a new year, because I know I am. Let me know what your goals for the next year are down below in my comments. I would love to hear about them. If you want to see some of the other videos that I've done this year, up on the screen is a lot to choose from. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.